Hey Scorpio, this is Leah with Half Moon Tarot. I will be doing your April 2024 reading. I've already meditated over the cards and asked that Spirit bring whatever is necessary for you to hear, for you to know, expect, and be prepared for. So, Scorpio, for April 2024, it's time for something new, baby. Okay? It looks like you've been going back and forth trying to find something you love to do, trying to find something that gives you purpose. It's almost like you can see the end. You just don't know the steps in the middle to get there. Shit, you probably don't even know the first beginning steps to get there, right? You're doing things currently at this space that are just holding space, right? So I would look at what you're currently doing and seeing if that is something that is keeping you stuck. Okay? Because I see in the Two of Cups someone that is stuck and someone that is leaving their comfort zone, right? And it's almost like they are fleeing their comfort zone because they miss the rush. They miss the rush of learning something new. They miss the rush of having these new responsibilities, right? It is almost like you yourself, Scorpio, are going through a transformation. And like I said, you can see the end. You know what you want to feel like. You know what you want it to look like. You just don't know the steps in order to get there. Now, what I will say is that when you start something new, Scorpio, it's going to be a humbling experience, okay? But that is going to be the drive that you need. It is going to push that gas pedal that you need in order to be successful at it. This thing, the Three of Wands, this thing that you see, I would ask myself, is there more than one way to get there? Right? Is there more than one alleyway to get there? Because we have a lot of doors open, right? And there are some that, yes, we have to start closing. Some, not all, some that we have to start closing. But which ones are we going to keep open, right? And which new doors are we going to build that are going to get us there? Okay, it looks like you've already started that process, Scorpio, so I'm not going to harp too much on that. I just know that you can see the end goal, right? The Ace of Wands states that yes, there's something new that has to come in, right? There's a new spark that needs to be lit in order for us to really get there. Okay, Queen of Wands comes in and she talks about being in this actively observant space, right? So you want to be active and observant in the same space, Scorpio. Okay? And what I mean by that is really sitting with yourself. I'm going to go back to the Two of Cups. That is next to the Queen of Wands. And sitting with yourself and seeing what really lights you up, right? What really is something that is going to allow you to fly, right? Because here's the thing with the scorpions, we have the Scorpio, we have the eagle, and we have the phoenix. Okay. And those are the symbols associated with the Scorpio zodiac sign. We actually have three. Okay. And we only get to the phoenix when we have gone through several deaths and rebirths. Okay, and it is almost like you feel you feel the need to go through this deathing process in order to get to this rebirth, and it's getting to be about that time, Scorpio. Okay, so I would really sit with myself and figure out the pros and cons of each thing that you want to do. Okay, and what it is that is going to propel you forward to that thing that you see at the end of the tunnel. Okay, the Queen of Wands, like I said, she is actively observant. So as we're being the actively observant portion is trying to figure out what is going to be the best pathways to get to that end goal. Okay. So if it is, let's say you want to start a business or several businesses, you need to know everything about those businesses. Still move forward with starting them. You don't have to know everything when you start them, but you got to be familiar with those things, right? You have to be familiar with the industry. You have to be familiar with what it is that you want to do. What I'm trying to tell you, Scorpio, is it's time to get serious. Okay. It is time to get serious about you. Okay. For once, choose you, right? Be loyal to you. That's what the Queen of Wands is like screaming at me now. Choose you. Choose me, right? And whatever happens on the in between is going to happen. But you have to choose things that are going to get you to the Phoenix and not leave you in the Scorpion portion of life. Okay. The Eight of Coins comes in, and like I said, baby, this is going to be some work. Okay. It is going to be work to call in your blessings, to go after what it is that you want to do. You have to put the work in. And I see at least three pathways that you can take. What they are specifically, I don't know, but I know that there are three pathways that you can take, and you could take them all at once. You can take them individually, but there are three pathways that are going to equal one at some point in time. Okay, Scorpio. And the thing about Scorpios is that when we start to think about what it is that we want to do, we take that thought all the way to the end, right? And we get excited. It is rare that Scorpios get overwhelmed with their thoughts because we fall in love with that thing that we want to get, right? But then we start doing the work and we get overwhelmed. And that is where we hit that wall of, is this something that I really want? So you can't talk yourself out of it before you do it. So you have to explore those things, Scorpio. And like I said, that eight of coins is going to take work. But as long as you have that pathway mapped out as to how it can work, it will give you the the push that you need in order to get to that end goal. Okay. Scorpios, and I hate to tell you this, okay? The Four of Wands talks about it's time to get out there and start networking, honey. Okay? As much as you love to be alone, as much as you love to be a homebody, as much as you want to be at home, okay? It is time to get out, and it is time to start networking. It is time to be in a space of wanting it. And if you don't want it, Scorpio, that is okay. That is okay. You can stay exactly where you are. But if you want it, this is the time. This is the time for you to go out and get it. April 2024. This is the month for you to start getting it. This is the month for you to start researching. This is the best time. Okay? Because technically, this is the new year. Okay? Technically, this is the new year. This is the spring brings in new things. Okay? The other thing about this reading, Scorpio, is that in order to want something, you have to be willing to be vulnerable to get it. You have to be willing to ask for help. You have to be willing to ask questions. You have to be willing to understand. Okay? And the understanding part isn't that's going to be the easy part, right? It's the asking questions, because sometimes we don't know what questions need to be asked, right? We don't know what need to be met until we are faced with them. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out beyond your comfort zone in order to get what it is that you need. Okay? Another thing that comes with this is make sure your new things come with purpose. We're not just, like I said, we're not putting in placeholders in space of other placeholders. Like, they have to have purpose, they have to have meaning. Okay. And the networking part, oof, don't hate me, Scorpio. Don't hate me. Okay. But we got to get out there. We got to get out there. We got to rub on some shoulders. Okay. We got to shoulder rub with some people. We got to bump elbows with some people. We have to actually talk to people. Okay. And don't curse me, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio myself, and I hate everything that is coming out of my mouth at this point in time. But we got to leave the house. Okay. We got to do the work. We have to leave the house. But remember that you are doing it for you. Okay? This is not for the approval of anyone else. This is not for the gaze of anyone else. This is not for the camaraderie or the reward or, the center of the attention of it all. We are doing it for ourselves. Okay? So keep that in mind as we start to make things happen, because this is the time for things to happen. This is the month, Scorpio. Okay? All right, Scorpio, drop down in the comments if this resonates with you. Let's have a discussion around it. And if it don't apply, honey, let it fly. I will talk to y'all next month. Bye.